Welcome back to Speak English Fluently. Today, James and I are going to talk about how to build a better morning routine. This is something that may look very simple, but in reality, it has a powerful impact on your entire life. The way you start your morning often decides how you think, how you feel, and how productive you are for the rest of the day.
Yes, that is very true. Many people ignore their mornings and think they are not important, but mornings actually set the tone for everything that comes after. If someone starts the day in a rushed, stressed, and unorganized way, that feeling usually continues throughout the day, and they struggle to stay focused or calm.
Exactly. And the opposite is also true. If someone starts their day slowly, peacefully, and with a clear mind, they often feel more in control. They feel more confident, more focused, and they are able to handle problems in a better way.
I think one of the biggest problems in modern life is how people start their mornings with their phones. It has become almost automatic. The moment they wake up, they reach for their phone without even thinking.
Yes, and that habit may look small, but it has a very strong effect on the mind. When people check messages, social media, or news immediately after waking up, they are filling their mind with information before they even have a chance to think for themselves.
Exactly. And sometimes that information is negative or stressful. Can be bad news, comparisons, or pressure from others. So before the day even begins, their mood is already affected.
I think a better approach is to create a small gap between waking up and using the phone. Even 20 or 30 minutes without the phone can help the mind stay calm and focused.
Yes, that simple change can improve clarity. Instead of reacting to the world, people can start the day with intention. They can think about what they want to do instead of what others are doing.
I also think many people feel pressure to wake up very early because they see others doing it. They believe waking up at 4 or 5 in the morning is the only way to be successful.
That idea is popular, but it is not always realistic. The goal is not to wake up extremely early. The goal is to wake up in a way that gives you enough time to feel calm and prepared.
Exactly. If someone sleeps late and forces themselves to wake up early, they will feel tired, irritated, and unfocused. That is not helpful.
A better approach is to focus on good sleep first. When people sleep well, waking up becomes much easier and more natural.
I think consistency is also very important. Waking up at the same time every day helps the body and mind build a natural rhythm.
Yes, the body likes patterns. When you follow the same sleep and wake time every day, your energy levels improve and your mornings become smoother.
I also believe the first actions after waking up are very important. They create momentum for the rest of the day.
Exactly. Small actions like making your bed, washing your face, or drinking water may look simple, but they create a sense of control and discipline.
Making the bed is a great example. It is a very small task, but it gives a feeling of completion.
Yes, and that feeling can motivate people to continue doing more useful things. One small win can lead to another.
I think drinking water is another simple but powerful habit. Many people ignore it.
That is true. After sleeping for many hours, the body becomes dehydrated. Drinking water helps wake up the body and improves energy.
I also think movement is important. People should not stay still for too long after waking up.
Yes, even light stretching or walking can help the body feel active. It improves blood flow and reduces laziness.
I think mornings are also the best time for thinking clearly because the mind is quiet and not yet full of distractions.
Exactly. That is why planning your day in the morning can be very helpful. When you know what to do, you feel less confused and less stressed.
Many people skip planning and then spend the whole day deciding what to do next.
Yes, and that wastes time and energy. A simple plan can make the day more organized.
I also think people should not try to create a perfect morning routine immediately.
That is very important. Many people try to change everything at once, and after a few days, they feel tired and give up.
I think it is better to start small and build slowly.
Exactly. A simple routine that you can follow every day is much better than a perfect routine that only lasts for a few days.
I think another important part of building a better morning routine is protecting the first hour of your day. Many people wake up and immediately allow stress, noise, and responsibilities to enter their mind, and that can make the entire day feel heavy.
Yes, that is very true. The first hour is extremely powerful because it shapes your mental state. If you start that time with stress, pressure, and distraction, it becomes very difficult to feel calm or focused later in the day.
I think people should treat the first hour of the day as personal time, not as reaction time. It should be time for yourself, not for messages, work, or problems.
Exactly. When people wake up and immediately check emails, messages, or work tasks, they lose control of their time. Their day becomes controlled by others instead of their own priorities.
I think even 20 to 30 minutes of quiet time can create a big difference. People can sit calmly, drink water, look outside, or simply allow their mind to wake up slowly.
Yes, because the mind needs time to adjust. When people rush immediately after waking up, their brain does not get enough time to become clear and focused.
I think breathing and slowing down is also very important. Many people wake up and instantly feel rushed, even if they do not actually have urgent work.
That is very true. That feeling of rushing often comes from habit, not from reality. When people slow down and breathe, they realize they have more control than they think.
I think writing down a few important tasks for the day is one of the most effective habits.
Yes, because it clears the mind. When everything stays inside the mind, it creates pressure. Writing things down reduces stress and helps people focus on one thing at a time.
I think people should not create very long to-do lists because that can feel overwhelming.
Exactly. A long list can make people feel like they have too much to do, and then they lose motivation. A short list with 2 or 3 important tasks is much more effective.
I think people should focus on what truly matters instead of trying to do everything.
Yes, because not all tasks are equally important. Some tasks create real progress, while others only make people feel busy.
I think another important thing is sleep. Many people try to improve their mornings without improving their nights.
That is a big mistake. A good morning routine always begins the night before. If someone sleeps late or poorly, they will struggle in the morning no matter what they try.
I think phones are one of the biggest reasons people sleep late.
Yes, people often say they will sleep in 5 minutes, but then they continue scrolling, watching videos, or chatting for 1 or 2 more hours.
I think people should create a simple night routine to support their morning routine.
Exactly. Reducing screen time before sleep, relaxing the mind, and going to bed at a consistent time can improve sleep quality and make mornings easier.
I think another mistake people make is comparing their routine with others.
That is very common. People see someone waking up at 5 a.m., exercising for 1 hour, reading, meditating, and doing many things, and then they feel like they must do the same.
But that kind of routine may not be realistic for everyone.
Exactly. Every person has a different life, different responsibilities, and different energy levels. A good routine is one that fits your life, not someone else's life.
I think people should focus on what works for them instead of copying others.
Yes, because a routine that feels natural is easier to maintain. If something feels too difficult, people will eventually stop doing it.
I think many people fail because they try to change everything at once.
That is very true. They try to wake up earlier, exercise, read, meditate, and do everything perfectly. After a few days, they feel tired and give up completely.
I think a better approach is to start with one or two small habits.
Yes, and once those habits become easy, people can slowly add more. That way, the routine grows naturally instead of becoming overwhelming.
I think patience is very important when building a routine.
Exactly. People often expect quick results, but habits take time to become natural. Consistency over time is what creates real change.
I think people should also forgive themselves if they miss a day.
Yes, missing one day is not failure. The problem happens when people give up completely after one mistake.
I think consistency is more important than perfection.
Exactly. Doing something small every day is much better than doing something perfect for only a few days.
I think people should also notice how they feel after following a good morning routine.
Yes, because when people feel calmer, more focused, and more productive, they naturally want to continue.
That positive feeling becomes motivation.
Exactly. And over time, the routine becomes a natural part of life instead of something difficult.
I think another very important part of a morning routine is mindset. Many people wake up with negative thoughts, worries, or stress about the day, and that affects everything they do afterward.
Yes, that is very true. When people begin their day with negative thinking, it becomes very difficult to feel motivated or focused. Their energy becomes low before they even start doing anything.
I think mornings are a powerful time to guide your thoughts because the mind is still calm and not yet full of distractions.
Exactly. That is why people should try to start their day with positive thinking. It does not mean ignoring problems, but it means choosing how you want to face the day.
I think gratitude is one of the simplest ways to improve your mindset in the morning.
Yes, and it is very powerful. When people take a moment to think about what they have, like their health, family, opportunities, or even small comforts, they feel more peaceful and less stressed.
I think many people focus too much on what they do not have, and that creates unnecessary pressure.
That is true. When people only think about what is missing, they feel behind or unsuccessful. But when they focus on what they have, they feel more stable and confident.
I think another helpful habit is reading or listening to something positive in the morning.
Yes, that can change the direction of the day. Reading a few pages from a good book, listening to a meaningful podcast, or learning something new can create a strong and focused mindset.
I think people should also have something they enjoy in the morning.
Exactly. It could be a cup of coffee, a quiet walk, music, or even just sitting in silence. That small, enjoyable moment can make mornings feel less stressful and more pleasant.
I think many people feel lazy in the morning because they do not have a clear reason to wake up.
That is very true. When people have a purpose or a goal, it becomes easier to wake up. Without a reason, it is easy to stay in bed and delay the day.
I think people should remind themselves why their day matters.
Yes, because when people connect their daily actions to a bigger goal, they feel more motivated and more focused.
I think another mistake people make is trying to create a very complicated routine.
That is very true. Some people try to do too many things in the morning, exercise for a long time, read, write, meditate, plan everything, and do it perfectly.
But after a few days, they feel tired and stop completely.
Exactly. That is why simple routines are much better. A routine should be easy enough to follow every day, even on difficult days.
I think people should build their routine step by step instead of trying to change everything at once.
Yes, because when habits grow slowly, they become stronger and more natural. Sudden big changes often do not last.
I think people should also notice how their mornings affect their entire day.
That is very important. A calm and structured morning often leads to better decisions, better focus, and less stress throughout the day.
I think one peaceful morning can create one good day, and many good days can slowly create a better life.
Exactly. That is the real power of small habits. They may look simple, but over time, they create big and meaningful changes.
I think people should stop trying to be perfect and focus more on being consistent.
Yes, because consistency creates results. Even small improvements every day can lead to a completely different life after some time.
Thank you for listening to this conversation. We hope these ideas help you build a better and more peaceful morning routine.
If you enjoyed this video, please like, share, and subscribe. See you in the next conversation.